One, two, three. Two, three. Oh, we gotta change it. Emmett, get out of there. Get out of there. Burp. Dang. You ready to get up? All right, we'll get up. Ready? 3. What are you doing here? No, like seriously, if you're here right now, why are you here? This channel's grown steadily over the last 2 years. I haven't uploaded in over almost two and a half years. And this channel is still growing. People are still interested in Emmett. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. I mean, look at the kid, he's pretty awesome. But over 2 years of nothing, and y'all are still here. The least I can do is update you, but that's not all I'm doing. Dang. Here's the thing though, to be totally honest, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot has changed. I mean, let me think about it. 2.5 years ago, he would have been right around 35 pounds. He's only 60 pounds now. It's not that big of a difference, right? We've only moved different cities twice. He actually switched to a new school. He's in the perfect school for him now. He's actually in a school that is literally only for disabled kids just like him. It's perfect for him. One of the best things that's happened since everything's happened over the last 2.5 years. New school. If you watched the previous video, I think the last one I uploaded, I kind of updated on things and they weren't doing so good. Emmett was going through quite a bit at that time. I believe we were in the heat of all of his seizure situation. Well, I can tell you since then, his seizures are completely under control at this point. With his weight gain, we do have to adjust as he gets heavier, bigger, basically. But overall, we've got his specific medications dialed in. No more seizures. That part's been really good. That's a huge thing. That's a huge win right there. Not everything is great though. I will say he had surgery almost a year ago. He actually did end up developing hip dysplasia, so he had to have surgery on both sides to basically correct his femurs and get his femurs to seat into the pelvis properly. So he did have hip dysplasia and they corrected it on both sides. So that was kind of an intense surgery, but he recovered from that pretty quick, as we kind of expected, because he's one of the most resilient people we've ever seen. He does have to have another surgery to remove all that hardware because obviously he's a kid, he's still growing. You can't leave all that in there, so it's gotta come out. And that'll be in about 1.5 months or so, I would think. I don't like how the audio is in here. Bright as heck outside. Yo, look at this bird. Look at that thing. He's like nibbling at a rock. Is that an egg? Oh, it's a freaking peanut. I was like, what's this guy doing? Okay. That was kind of a joke. A lot's changed over the last 2.5 years. A lot. He does not have a spit up problem anymore. That was a huge thing that we had to deal with that I obviously explained to you, showed how I would try to make him eat, showed how we tried to introduce food to him, which we still do, and he does very well with it. Still iffy. That part has not really changed that much, but he doesn't spit up anymore. Like, that's not a problem unless he's like actually sick. So huge win on that. His speech, we think he's a lot smarter than we actually expected. And this is coming from direct family and whatnot. Obviously doctors don't see it like we see it, but they don't see him every day. A woodpecker just landed right next to me. The reason I say I think he's a lot smarter than what everybody else sees and whatnot, he says a lot of the same words as before, like mom, dad, up, burp, fun, fun. I know what you're thinking, but he also does things that kind of indicate he understands more than what we thought he understood. Like if I say, where's your tongue? He'll start touching his tongue and sticking his tongue out. Or if I say, where's your hair? He'll reach up and grab his hair. We definitely didn't know that. I mean, that was pretty awesome when we first started seeing him do that stuff. So that was a lot. That was very exciting. And he's been doing that a lot. I definitely think that all the seizures and whatnot right when I cut these off had a very big impact on his progression, because he was escalating very quick up until that happened. But we're getting there. We're getting there. As you just saw, I put him in the stander. Still does the stander every single day. He actually does it at school too. They have a stander at school, so he gets that every single day. I think that might be it. Now, what I was hinting at earlier is I miss doing this. I want to do this a lot more. It's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. In general, I think it was entertaining because people see from a different perspective, from a dad's perspective, taking care of a disabled kid, a little unique, I feel like. So, and I enjoyed that. I felt like it resonated with people in a certain way, especially with the comments that I got on the videos. So I want to do it again. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do. As you can tell, this house is not really my style. Currently, we'll be getting, from the previous video to now, lived in a couple places, lived here a couple times. I'm just living with relatives at the moment until I get my place, which will be very soon actually. Very excited about that. But living with relatives at the moment, super grateful for that. Blessed to have the ability to do that because it helps a ton. Living at my own place, it's so much easier to do this because it's just a little awkward when the family's there and they're like, why you got a camera on you? It's a little weird. I know I shouldn't care and I should just do it anyway, but I feel like you understand, right? It's a little weird. But at the same time, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I don't care. The only thing is, with these videos, it's gonna probably be more of, if we go do things, I'll film it. I'm not gonna film as much random stuff like us going for walks and whatnot because it doesn't really help people. When he has equipment, like his wheelchair, which I do wanna cover his current wheelchair. I've already done the stander, have a video on that. He has the same stander, so nothing's changed there, but his wheelchair is different. And he's getting a new one. Actually, he's getting a growth kit for the one he currently has because he's growing so fast right now. He just got this wheelchair like 1.5 years ago. He already has to get a growth kit for it. He can't get a new one because it's too early. He's grown so fast, but it's, according to doctors, it's too fast. And he can't get a new wheelchair yet. So we gotta get a growth kit for his current wheelchair, which is just new parts for it that fit him. But I'll cover that, how it works, because I've already had to repair it. Stuff like that. So like when we go do stuff like car shows and whatnot, when I'm trying to take photos with him, record that type of stuff, when we can't actually take him to the store because he doesn't fit in a cart anymore. But everything else, all of our little stuff that we do, and if I can be helpful in some way on showing how I take care of him, specific things like feeding, his stander, loading him in the stander, how to carry the kid, how to pick him up, how to do his G2 button, how to change it, everything like that. If you're interested in that, that's what I'm gonna be doing. And if you wanna see anything else, drop it in the comments because there's tons of stuff that I don't even think about anymore that would be so beneficial probably to other people who have either just started with kids like this or maybe are new caretakers to kids like this that would benefit from learning, you know, what it takes to take care of a special needs kid. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Glad to be back. Hopefully some people on here are as hyped to see this again as we are. But yeah. All right. See you in the next one.